Sure. Um, Juju, you know, the program's ranked 13 this week. Um, just over your career, um, how have you thought about the program's potential to have a team that's been this competitive and had a season this good? And what does it feel like to be experiencing that as we come into March?
Yeah, throughout the years, I feel like we had amazing potential coming in my first freshman year. Especially with the new coaching staff the next year. Just building off that, and I'm just grateful to be a part of what's new to come in our new culture here. And be here from the start. And it just means a lot to me. And being 13 is just a product of our hard work that we put in this offseason and the job the coaches did in recruiting the offseason around me, around Derek, and guys like that were here last year. And I'm just excited to see what we do later in March.
And just as a follow-up, I mean, I know we're kind of in a time where, you can look at other options and you can consider going to other schools. Was there ever a time where you worried that sticking with Maryland was not going to pay off with the kinds of teams that you want to be part of?
Um, Not really. Just I knew what I had here in Maryland and the like you said, the potential we had and just knowing the coaching staff so well and them knowing me and them working with me as well. I feel like that relationship just outcasted everybody else and it just was a no-brainer for me this offseason.
All right, Ryan.
Hey Juju, as you guys gear up for the postseason, can you tell me a little bit about how the bench can help you guys down the stretch? I know we always talk, about the starting five, the crowd five, but can you just tell me a little bit about what the bench guys provide to you as well?
Yeah, they do a lot of things outside of scoring the ball, like things that don't show up on the stat sheet, like dive on the floor and just defend and state our principles. It can get kind of boring when people are not playing as much and just you can kind of lose focus, but our guys don't do that. I feel like everybody on the bench knows all the plays and are locked in on every single scout, and they're just waiting for their number to be called, and like they've been doing the whole season. So they just keep doing that would be good.
All right, Eli.
Hey Juju, I know you guys obviously had a big one on Wednesday, before getting back to Xfinity, but have you thought at all, about what it'll be sort of taking the court for your last time at Maryland?
Yeah, I kind of just it's kind of been I kind of been thinking about it the last couple of weeks. Just my last season, getting reminders from coach. I got only a few left. Only what 2, 3 left, and just taking what I can do and just taking advantage of all the time I got left here and just leaving my mark.
And when you sort of reflect on the last 4 years now, like what are some of your, I guess, favorite moments at Xfinity, things that you think, will stick with you well beyond your time in Maryland?
Um, my favorite my favorite all time moment would probably be when we beat Purdue here and like the crowd just stormed the court and that was just a great night. A lot of things happened, just I had fun. It was just an overall great night, great time, and probably one of the funnest games I played in.
And then, like heading into that season specifically, I think there was, maybe a lot of questions. People were curious what the program would look like under Coach Willard. What was sort of your first impressions with him, and what was maybe the conversations like early on to keep you at Maryland, and have that optimism heading into what ended up being a breakout year for you?
Yeah, he just kind of leaned on us a little bit, just kind of challenged us as players. This his first year coming in, he knew our season one is what we planned. He just kind of challenged us and to kind of turn that around. And he knew that people were kind of looking at his first year as kind of a rebuild, restart year that we can kind of like it was okay to be mediocre or whatever. And I feel like we kind of attacked that and we just kind of played with that type of chip on our shoulder and we just was able to handle business.
And then have you ever thought, about how in a way your legacy might sort of be connected or tied with his just in terms of being a big building block for him when, he first got into the program and getting to keep you for 3 additional years?
Yeah, definitely. The trust we have in each other is great, and it's a really strong bond. And I feel like that's just subject to what like the work me and him one on one has been putting in. And then as far as his legacy, I feel like I'm one of his first building blocks, like you said, and it's just like a great, I guess you can even say recruiting block that he can put on. He can kind of show me, just show he can be the next Juju or something. I don't know.
All right, Chick.
Hey, apologize. I look like I'm talking through a shower curtain here with this camera. Ridiculous. How important is it for, especially the starting five? You guys play a lot of minutes. How important is it to get the win against Michigan and solidify the double bye in the Big Ten tourney?
Yeah, it's very important. Like you said, a lot of guys, like our first five plays a lot of minutes in our group and in our rotation. It's kind of, it's really important as far as body wise, so I can be ready and prepare for them late games. And I feel like we can get it done. If we stay focused on our discipline and then we just stay together, we'll be fine.
And what makes Julian Reese laugh? And because all I see whenever I deal with you, it's a straight face. You just kind of answer questions. It's very calm, cool, collected. What makes you excited?
Um, I guess winning. Just I just like to win, so I guess that's what gets me excited, and also kind of depends on the time of the day. Y'all kind of give me like before practice, I might have just woke up from a nap or something, just got out of class, my energy kind of low, so I just got warming up. Might if you catch me at the practice, it might be a little bit more small.
Wait till you get to my age, then don't worry about that stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Harrison.
Hey Juju, when you think back to last offseason, one of the major storylines was obviously the fit between you and Derek. And I know you guys said that you were never really worried about the fit. Do you feel like maybe it's even exceeded your own expectations, just how smooth the transition was and how it's kind of grown throughout the season?
No, I knew we were kind of going to be able to mesh well because how great of a player Derek is and how smart he is on the court and how good I am on the court and just us able to be so inside dominant and still be able to play with each other and play together is just a testament to our shooters as well on the outside and just how versatile our offense is. I kind of knew to answer your question, it doesn't exceed my expectations at all. I knew we were gonna be able to do.
All right, Colin.
Hey Juju, another question about Derek. Obviously in contention for Big Ten Freshman of the Year, playing alongside him in the front court. Why do you think he should win the award?
Just what he's done in the big games. He's always came to play and just never shied away from the big matchups like all the guys he played against. And I feel like he's been playing like way further than his years. He's not really playing like a freshman anymore. He's learning as the season went on, and I feel like he just has the stats as well to back him up on that as well. So.
And then a question about Michigan, going against Danny Wolf, their starting center. Unique play style, kind of a point forward. How are you kind of preparing for him, and what does he do well, and what are you going to try to stop?
Just preparing like he's kind of more of a guard. It's just guarding him more of like a guard and just staying to our own defensive principles or whatever, and just playing our brand of defense.
All right, two more. So we'll go to Kyle and then we'll go to Ahmed.
Sorry, this is a small question, but how do we feel about Crab Five? Is that something you guys use with each other? Do you do you guys call yourselves the Crab Five now?
Um, it's funny you said that. We just said that just now in the locker room, but we don't really we kind of like don't really say that a lot, but it's everybody knows it's like a little running joke or whatever, and it's just fun to us. Nobody really takes offense to it. Like you might think the other guys that's like not in the first five would kind of take offense into that, but they love it too. They just kind of like gas it up or whatever, and they just kind of laugh with it. So it's fun.
But I did have a serious question, if it's okay. You know, your counting stats from last year are not that different. But when you look at your efficiency and obviously your free throw shooting percentage, they're very different. They're improved from last year. Do you feel like folks who are watching you and who have watched you over 4 years kind of take for granted the effort you've put in to change your game and become a better player?
I feel like yeah, kind of. I feel like I've been progressing as a player more so in stats, like you said, and I feel like I've become more of a smart, more confident player that's able to do a lot of things that I wasn't doing as a freshman. So to answer your question, yes, but to say people take it for granted or whatever. It's really relative to who's looking at it. So.
Ahmed for the last one.
Hey, Joe. I know others have kind of insinuated or kind of touched on similar questions before, but I guess kind of for you, Kevin Willard, he's kind of talked about in the past with freshmen kind of adjusting to the Big Ten style of play and whatnot. And obviously, for you, obviously looking back from freshman year till now, you kind of maybe, feel like you always needed to, kind of take on a bigger load and kind of be a little bit more mature than, you currently were. But I guess just kind of maybe looking back on it, when you look at a freshman that comes into the Big Ten now, just kind of based on your experience, what would you kind of tell that freshman on how to prepare for the Big Ten style, or whether it's physically or mentally, just to get ready?
I feel like when you're playing for Coach Will, it's not really that hard. So get used to that physicality. He's gonna instill that into you as soon as you step on campus. He's gonna let you know that some of the stuff's not flying here in the Big Ten. He's gonna let you know, especially with them scrimmages you're gonna have in the off season. He's gonna prepare you well. So I feel like that's just with the coaching staff here, and as far as mentally, personally, just do your best and work as hard as you can, and just put your head down and go to work.